Scripture study. Pulling up the scripture. So we're covering hello to anyone that is new. Thank you for stopping by. We are studying Genesis chapter 5. My name is Nidra. I do not like labels. I have spiritual gifts. I have the ability to speak directly to the Most High. One that I'm not anything but so reverent and humble where that's concerned. And he had asked me to speak, and that is confirmation right there. Asked me to speak on this, and to be honest, it's not a comfortable thing to speak on, but where prophets are concerned, that most of them don't, believe that he's speaking directly to them, and it's not. The spirit guides. It's testing to see if you're testing the spirit, testing the messages behind the spirit. Just so many different things, because God is not one thing. He is not one way. He is all things and he is nothing. And he is literally what we individually, each of us, need. And he has created us that way. And he wants us to learn directly from him about ourselves, and to stop being deceived by the world, stop being placed in a category, stop being limited and just set up for failure. And to me, failure is final. And if we want to learn the way, we cannot find that without the Creator. And all it takes is simply asking, praying, asking him to reveal himself to you, and that you ask to only receive the truth, because any piece of portion that's missing means that it's not whole, it's not the truth. So you have to specifically ask him for that. And then you have to believe in your heart and have an earnest desire to get to know him, not wanting anything else in return, not praying to get closer to him so that you can have the lifestyle that you want. That's not the purpose of that. It's for you to learn of yourself, to navigate, so you can learn everything you're going to need to learn from him to navigate the rest of your life in that second part and what that looks like. And it's so beautiful. It's like amazingly beautiful. And people are placing God in a box, placing limits on him. And he is not limited. He's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow, which means that there's no limits. Look at how the world has evolved. That has everything to do with the Creator. So we need to really humble ourselves, fall on our face, ask for forgiveness, and go back. And those that are truly wholeheartedly seeking him, he's saying, faithful servant, well done. But there are many souls that he's saying is not in alignment with him. Just because you're looking to other people outside of yourself instead of connecting directly to him. It's so important to go to the source, praying and asking for him to reveal who he is directly to you. You don't need a prophet. You don't need all of these people that place these labels on themselves. Because God doesn't give us labels. He gives us work to do. He proved that with Adam and Eve. That's why I'm studying in the scriptures now, because he wants me to start over because it all started with the original sin. He has sent the souls of Adam and Eve back down here to the earth to heal this original sin. And we have to fall on our face and turn towards him and pray over everything, over everything. He wants a personal relationship with you, and you seeking wholeheartedly, earnestly, for the right reasons, seeking him out. He's going to reveal himself to you in ways that are miraculous, that are just specifically designed for you. We are all intricately, wonderfully, and uniquely, rarely made. And he is sick of all of these cookie cutter, oh, everybody has to do it this way. There's only one way to do this. That is not God's way. That is not God's way. He is unlimited. He is limitless. But yet we place him in this small little box. This, our minds. He has asked us to lean not to our own understanding. So much has been changed and taken out of the scriptures. This is another reason why he has me going back to from A to Z. But guess what? You can receive this directly to you. But you have to do the work. I'm 51 years old. I've been working and striving to get closer to him. And when that spiritual awakening hit on December 4th, 2022, he opened himself up to me in a way that I had never, ever could have imagined. All because I was faithful and remaining to keep that one desire pure. I want to do your will, not my will, Lord, but thine will be done. I will give up anything. I will walk away from anyone. I will serve you alone. I'm willing to stand on my own and proclaim your holy name. And that's how he expects each of us to show up. Do you know the beautiful world this would be if every single one of us, every single soul sought him out, got to know him personally, learn the blueprint of your life, allow him to prepare you and stretch you. I'll use the example of flexibility. He said, take a person doing splits. If you're rigid, you're inflexible, you're not able to stretch yourself in any way, move the way you need to move to get into that split. It's painful, it's highly uncomfortable. It's all these things that makes you not want to do it. But God said, if you just give me your focus, surrender to me, truly get to know me, I will give you a life that you never dreamed of. But it's going to take some uncomfortable situations. It's going to take some stretching. It's going to take some pain and difficulty. And if we learn to accept that instead of wanting to feel good all the time, God is showing us we were made in his image, light and dark. We must learn to balance this. And if we don't go to our creator, how are we going to know? To trust somebody else that says they know themselves? To go after everything that they're saying based upon all of their experiences? Some of those things help. But if you don't know what to pick up and what not to pick up, it only can do you harm. We must go to the creator for everything, directly to him, never seeking outside of ourselves. But people don't want to hear that because they're making money off of this. And God is so brokenhearted. And it's getting to a point of anger. And God's wrath is not one that people want to experience. If we do not fall on our face and seek him, we are going to see a worse than the pandemic. He is sending out this warning. He is having me sound the alarm and many others. If you really listen, if you really seek him, you will find him. Knock and it shall be open unto you. Ask and it shall be given. But it has to be for the right reasons. It can't be for the proverbial carrot, that he has to dangle some promise in front of your face for you to literally seek out learning about yourself and what your purpose is here on earth. Because the spirit realm is real. Spiritual warfare is real. And God is trying to give you the blueprint directly for you. For all things, not some things. He's given us dominion over self. This is why he has me going back in the scriptures with Genesis to show how his creation came about, to show that after he learned from us, he created more worlds, many other worlds. And this is still the one that still struggles in this flesh. And he is realizing, I have to go back to the beginning. I don't want to see another Noah's Ark. I don't want us all, get into that point where we just are refusing to be obedient, refusing to humble ourselves to our Creator. It's just, it blows my mind. I pray every day for every soul, because it blows my mind just how common sense just ain't common. Common sense just ain't common. And it's like, how can you expect to be successful in anything if you don't get to know your Creator who made you? God gave us parents, but it was to provide the platform for us to turn to Him, to seek Him out for guidance. We each come down here knowing that they're very new souls that are created. A very small amount, because there are a vast amount of souls and there are only so many bodies to come into. And God is really calling on every person to turn to Him, to literally seek Him yourself. I'm not trying to convince you of anything other than you have miracles that He has placed inside you, that He is wanting to unlock within you. Spiritual gifts and blessings that have all been designed for each of us to help one another. But first, He wants you to learn how to love self, to see self the way He created us, so we don't allow the world to taint that. Look at how we have allowed society to create our norms, a beauty hierarchy, to say who is beautiful and who isn't. That the sorrow that He just placed in me, to feel His sorrow, that we are literally learning to hate ourselves, wanting to shift and make and change and mold ourselves into something that ends up looking, oh my goodness. Mm-mm-mm. I always want to be loving in my statements, because so many people are trying to do plastic surgery and all these different things because they are unhappy with themselves. They don't love themselves. Women are wearing whole masks with makeup on. I fought so hard to stay rooted and view myself the way God did. I fought so hard to say, I will not change one thing you created, because that is the deceit of the enemy. To not understand the power that is in our words and our thoughts. We receive through our spirits and how we process things through here. Even we receive spirit guides that get assigned to us, light and dark angels. I am being very transparent here. All you have to do is ask Him for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. He is waiting, thirsting for you to desire Him. To desire Him. Not to be pacified because you're asking for tangible things that are going to just fade and waste away. But our spirits are eternal. We've come down here to learn, grow, and evolve, and to worship Him. What else can we give the Most High but our worship, but our desire to want to get to know Him? And then in turn, He teaches us about ourselves. And then He unlocks gifts, beautiful spiritual gifts that will help others heal and grow. I don't know why He placed this vision in my heart. I know that there are other souls that love Him as much as I do, but they feel so limited by this flesh. I see people's pain. This is a spiritual gift that sometimes I wish I didn't have. Just imagine walking down the street happy they are. And they put on a mask and pretend. I'm just so grateful that I am strong enough to stand up to speak. I just pray that people start listening, that they really go within and start seeking Him, and He will show you how supernatural He is, and even you are. I just really hope and pray, because all it is unhealed souls. There's so much that I wish you all knew. I understand the spirit realm. I understand my calling. I understand who I am in the spirit realm and why He's called me to do this work. But there's so many others that He is calling to do the work. So many others. And why He places on my heart to speak this so strongly is because He knows it only takes one to listen. That's planting a seed, and then it's going to sprout up and grow. He doesn't want us turning to the world. Every time we turn to the world, we feel rejected. We feel overlooked. We feel there's nothing but one pain and trauma after another when we look to the world. What does the world give us? Nothing but restrictions. And if you don't look like this, you're not beautiful. If you don't have this amount of money, this car, this house, you're not successful. This is what this world gives us. It works us like freaking slaves. And that was designed by the enemy. We adopted a color system, literally calling ourselves white, black, red. Like, where does that benefit us at all? We are all connected. We come from the Most High. We need to connect with Him. He is going to teach you every bit of what you need to know to heal all of this, to heal you. Because trust me, if you really check your pulse, you know that you are two shakes and a bakes from barely holding on. This world is only getting worse. And look into material things that will not last, that is here today and gone tomorrow. He is giving examples of that. You look at the puff daddies, and he's showing just as quickly as you get it, you can lose it. Even those that think they're invincible. And it's going to be a whole lot more He is going to show to this world. People need to wake up. And you think the pandemic was something. God is, His heart is aching. And if we don't answer His call, if we don't heed His warnings, we are going to see the Bible come alive, the plagues and everything hit us like never seen before because of disobedience. He has been calling us and calling us and calling us, and we've only ignored Him. We've only chosen the world and all of the systems that hurt us. And He just doesn't understand why. And I don't either. All my life I sought Him. And I'm not saying I'm any better than anyone. I just heard His call and answered. Will you listen? He is showing Himself to you in the way that only you would know. But you just brushing it off like, man, that's, what is that? It's so much easier to live a lie than it is the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts so deep. But we have to learn how to face the truth, live in the truth. The truth will set you free in a way that will bless your life and pour out and bless others. Your bloodline. He wants to heal generational curses. He wants to cast out all of this opposition that He never intended to be created. You can take the very first chapter of the book of Genesis, where Adam was led astray. It was both of them that sinned. And all we see is pointing the finger. And God is like, no, you have to heal the whole. It starts with us seeking him. If everybody seeks him, everybody truly goes within and just asks, reveal yourself to me, most powerful, highest God. I only accept the truth. I truly want to know you. That ring was confirmation. I truly want to know you. I desire to know you, to know why you created me, why you sent me here. What is my purpose? He is going to teach you, lead you. There are miracles that he is waiting to unlock inside of you. Spiritual gifts waiting to unlock inside of you. But you have to have the desire and not the things of this world that are not eternal. Our spirits, our souls are eternal. And they are crying out and they are unhappy. And you feel it. And you wonder, what is this void I feel? Why does nothing makes me happy anymore? If people really tap in, none of that's you're always wanting something. You're always not satisfied. And trust me, that's because the spirit is the only thing that can have you satisfied, living in the spirit. And if we don't connect with our creator, we won't understand how to unlock it, how to learn of ourselves. And let me tell you, beautiful layers. To listen to the world and think that only a set amount of people are beautiful is just, he is so heartbroken over that. Every single one of us is beautiful. Every single one of us has something special to bring to this world. Every single one of us needs the other. But comparison is the thief of all joy. You should never be comparing yourself to anyone else, only to who you were yesterday. And learn exactly what you need to from the Most High, whether you meant to be married, whether you meant to have a calling. Because marriage his way is hard. It's ministry. It's spiritual warfare. There's so many different things that come into play that people don't understand what they're up against because they don't know of themselves. They haven't even learned about themselves. But yet you want to join together with another person and you haven't even taken the time to learn the creator and learn how to heal your childhood traumas, because every last one of us has something that has happened in our childhood that has made us feel inadequate, less than. And we seek outside of ourselves for validation in some way. And God is saying, enough. The Most High is saying, enough. Turn to me. Love me. Love me, and I will show you that you can love you. You cannot seek love outside of yourself, and you never gave it to you. He took me through so many things to really see so many people are hurting, especially men. They are secretly, just silently, in the worst pain. And women are exhausted and emotionally tapped out and burnt out. It is on both ends. We're burning the wick at both ends. And the Most High is like, come to me. Lay your burdens down. Learn of me. Take up my yoke and walk. He wants us to be free of this world and its parameters and all of the constriction. He is unlimited. But yet we allow everybody to limit. Oh, you can't do that. The moment you start telling somebody anything about the plans and things that you feel God has placed in your heart that you are meant to do, and that's just it. We have to go to him to learn every step of the way. We will receive miraculous instruction on how to care for our families, our legacy. Family has been attacked the most. That is the most beautiful gift God gave us. It was attacked the moment it was in the garden. And God said, I want to heal the souls of Adam and Eve and bring healing to this world. And I know that every single person can heal, because impossible is only I'm possible. And God is the only I'm possible. He is not an impossible God. So we have to learn for him to increase and stretch that faith. And that only comes like how he gave me the example of doing splits, from stretching a little bit every day, stretching a little bit more every single day. You could take that pain because it's not as bad as trying to go straight into the split. He's trying to prepare the way, but yet we're so disconnected. And we've allowed this world to push us further and further with all these different rules and restrictions. And God is like, that is not my way. What did he give Adam and Eve in the garden? Nothing but limitless. He gave them one rule: don't eat of this tree. And both of them failed because she brought the fruit and he knew where the fruit came from. But yet he still partook it, and neither of them ever went to God. That's the original sin. None of them ever went to him. None of them ever went to him and asked, what should I do? You are my creator. You gave me all of this. You told me not to eat of this tree, but the desire was there. They wanted it more. They wanted to partake of that tree more than they wanted to be obedient to God. That is the original sin. We must correct that. We must go back to him, fall on our face and ask for forgiveness and seek him wholeheartedly, and not look outside of ourselves to be led astray, to be placed in all these more restrictions, just more and more restrictions, more reasons of not loving yourself. Oh, you got a wrinkle. You shouldn't love yourself. I should be getting treatments. I should be getting Botox. I should be getting plastic surgery. I should be putting on a cake of makeup on my face to love myself, to be able to look at myself in the mirror, to feel pretty. The Most High is like, I created each of you so beautifully. Why won't you come to me to see your beauty, to see the way I see you? And I will teach you how to protect it from the world. And if every one of us did that, how fast would we see healing? How fast would we see his miracles? How quickly will we see the turnaround? He is our well, and we are running dry. We are not going to him to be replenished. And we keep seeing more people lose it every day. People that aren't expected to snap. It's because they hide the darkness when God wants to teach you what to do with your light and your dark. He knows every thought. He knows. And he's saying, come to me. I will help and lead you. I will guide you. I will nurture you. I will show you who you really are. I will create the most beautiful masterpiece, and all we have to do is just bask in each other's beauty instead of tearing each other down. How quick does it take one to tear down versus to build up? It takes all of these set amounts of months. You got to get permits, and all of these things have to be in place to build. But yet to tear down, just like that, even with explosives, even to burn it down so quickly. The Most High is truly teaching us, truly showing us. But we aren't paying attention to the signs. We're not listening. And you have to listen with your heart, your soul, intuition. You got to stay out of this flesh. You got to seek him through here. And this thing that love is not enough, God's love is enough. The world has tainted what his love is to turn us away from it. He told us what love is, which all we have to do is turn to him to receive that unconditional, pure love, to learn what it feels like. Then in turn to love yourself that way. And then when you're in the overflow, that's when God brings somebody that's right, that he matched you up perfectly in alignment with. It's all about alignment. Are we in alignment with him? Are we out of alignment? It's not the things that this world tries to tell you. They try to tear everything down. But each one of us has dark thoughts we have to battle. But yet we choose to do it alone. We don't go to the Most High and say, teach me as a little child. I am submissive. I am open, thirsty, excited to learn from you. That is the heart posture. That's the heart posture he is asking. That's what he's asking for. And I know sometimes it seems hard to give, but if you just, he waited till my tank was empty, completely empty, to give me this spiritual awakening and to call me to do this work. And I'm like, at 51, when I had a hunger for you that would never burn anything down, and you chose to wait until now, when I fought off death so many times, when my body was feeble. I had gained over 100 pounds on all these medications, suffering from blood clots, to watch, because I chose to never, ever let go. I said, I know you're going to use this for something. I can't give up. I know you're going to use this for something. And December 4th, 2022, my life changed. He showed himself to me in a way I never thought. And I had to go through all of these different tests and challenges. And it was beautiful and hard, but it was beautiful. And it showed me my strength, and he showed me who I was. And then in turn, I lost that 100 pounds, and I'm still getting my health back. But I never gave up. And my desire was so pure. I just wanted to know him. I just wanted to know my purpose. I just wanted to know, why was I going through those things? What was I meant to learn? How could I help somebody else not to have to go through this? If we turn to him, I promise you, you will never regret it. Ever. I don't care how difficult a situation. He shows up in a way where he shows up and shows out to show you who he is, to show you what's inside of you, to help you learn that the same way we have love, there's hate. And we have to learn how to balance the two. Why is this here? Guess what? We can hate the things that harm us. We don't have to hate good things we deem as good. But if we don't go to him, how are we going to learn? How are we going to learn to navigate? I don't know why he shifted me from reading chapter 5. But I do know that I was obedient. And I'm grateful, so very grateful for the callings. And nobody been hardly on here, but I have been obedient. Because he wants to know, is my desire pure? Do you truly just want to help people? I'm not looking for anything in return, but just souls to just turn to him. Learn of him. See your beauty. Learn of yourself. You were so beautifully and wonderfully made. And he has so many gifts inside of you that you have yet to even discover. That's going to free you from the sadness. It's going to free you from the depression. It's going to free you from all of those things. It's going to heal every wound. He wants to heal every wound. The wounds he has been healing in me, miraculous. I've had to do the work, the spiritual work, but there's no buts. It's just been blessings to overcome that, to kill those curses off my bloodline, to heal be a part of healing the original sin of Adam and Eve not going to God to ask, what should they do? And nobody even pointed it out in the scriptures. And that's how I knew it came from him, because I didn't even know until he told me what the original sin was. And it made complete sense. I pray that you turn to him, just seek out the truth, and you just say, most highest powerful God, I seek, and I say that because there are many other gods. So he wants to be set apart. You ask with a sincere heart to get to know him and for him to show himself to you. And you just have a righteous desire of not wanting anything in return but to get to know him. And in turn, the blessings that you receive, the way he shows up and shows himself to you, will just be miraculous. And I truly leave these things with you in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, covered by the power and blood of the atonement, powered by the most powerful house. Beautiful God. And I will be back tomorrow at 1:30, and I'm sharing my spiritual awakening experience at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all be blessed. And I'm praying for us all. I really am. I want us all to heal. I want us all to win. What good is it to heal and you see others suffering? I don't want to be alone in my healing. I want everybody to experience this. Every single person. And I'll leave these things with you. And I'll see you guys if you join me at 9 p.m. and tomorrow for my live workouts at 7 a.m. about showing up for yourself, pouring into yourself, and taking proper care of yourself. If you don't, who will? We are responsible to take care of ourselves. We are responsible to give ourselves everything we need before we ever ask anybody else to give it. And we can only get that from the Creator. You guys be blessed. Thank you so much for joining. See you later today or tomorrow.